Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, Hump Day, May 27, 2015. Great to be with you. Coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies and a nice hot roasting day early in the morning for me. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, great to be with you. We're going to take a look at 6 charts today with some trade setups. A lot of easy, simple pullback trades today. Not too complicated. Looks like a pretty good, profitable day. We do have some data today, which we'll go over in just a moment. But first, if you would, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator through the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, at 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday, and well, it's 2015. I'm still here. Love trading Forex in Asia. The time difference is great. The time zone. I could trade all 3 trading sessions and still get a good night's sleep. Now, I will admit, the New York session I only do about 2 hours. However, I do get a full Asia and I do get a full London in. It's really wonderful. Traders, I absolutely love what I do, and I'm very involved with fundamentals and technicals and educating myself all the time. I'm constantly learning something, reading, looking at YouTube videos, looking at stuff, always trying to improve my trading and just tweak my system a little bit better so the probabilities and opportunities for successful trades are on my side of the fence. Before we get to the news, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Most of all, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember, the name of the game is capital preservation. Live to trade for tomorrow. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to some news and commentary. Let's take a look at the calendar real quick. Not a lot on the calendar, to be honest with you. In fact, the calendar is very light today. It's already happened already, but FOMC leader Lack already spoken. I have no idea what he said. And also in Asia, it already happened. Deputy Governor Lowe speaks today. However, all day today of day 1, we have the G7 meetings. I guess that's the old G8 meetings till they kicked Russia out of that. So now I guess it's the G7 meetings. In the New York session late, we have BOC rate statement and overnight rate. That's Canada. So that is the only data in the New York session. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the indices, all in red in the U.S. U.S. 30 negative 1.04%, S&P 500 negative 0.03%, and the Nasdaq negative 1.11%, with the Russell 2000 negative 0.82%. Okay, let's take a look at what happened over in our London session in the Eurozone. The DAX closed negative 1.61%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 1.18%. The CAC 40 closed negative 0.66%. And the Eurostoxx 50 closed negative 0.99%. Wow, a lot of red. Unbelievable, huh? All right, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. Remember, these countries are currently trading. The Nikkei 225 is positive, barely, at 0.01%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative at 0.48%, with the Shanghai flat. The Hang Seng is just in the positive at 0.04%, and the Kospi is in the red at negative 1.53%. So that gives you a little bit of what's going on with our calendar and our indices today. As you go through your trading day, we have a long day ahead. It's early, it's Asia, and it's time to get ready for some trading. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love what I do. As we take a look at some 60-minute Forex charts, remember each candle, that means each candle is 1 hour. So we're going to take a look at that. a lot of continuation from yesterday, so nothing really surprising or jumps out at me and says, wow, there's something different going on. I take this to dollar strength. I would have to say this is dollar strength. Um, I think the other thing that's interfering with a lot of these currency pairs is the Greece situation. It's really coming down to the head here, where like the next 2 weeks is going to be pretty critical with Greece, or they're going to end up defaulting, even though the Eurozone does not want them to default. And I hope traders understand that. They do not want Greece to default. They want to solve this problem and make sure they stay in the Eurozone. It would be a really bad thing if they defaulted and left the Eurozone. All right, let's take a look at some charts. Let me not get on a crazy rant here. So this is the euro dollar. Look at this continuation to the downside. Yesterday was pretty flat. I'm sorry, the day before yesterday was pretty flat. Yesterday, nice downtrend. Gave you a second shot. The euro is great about giving you a second opportunity. New York comes around. What happens? Boom. Down you go. Nice amount of pips. You're in profit. Have a nice night. Go to sleep. Wake up for Asia. Here we are. We want a 21, well, I'd like the 38.2% pullback at 1.0920, and we'll take that back down to 1.0868. So a nice trade on the euro if it continues. And remember, this is not about the euro. This is all about dollar strength. All about dollar strength. And that is because the FOMC has said they still are looking at increasing interest rates by the end of the year. I put my vote on November. All right, this is the pound. This pound has done some crazy things. If you take a look at the daily chart, this was bullish, and all of a sudden, it's on the hourly chart. It's made a change here. So we're just going to keep riding this ride until it fights us, and I think eventually it's going to fight us. But the pound is weaker than the dollar. And again, this is not the pound that's running this chart. It's the dollar that's running the chart. And the dollar is very strong. The dollar yen is, at a high that's just unbelievable. So you got to keep an eye on that. Just going back to the euro is like on a 1 month or 2 month, 6 week low. So the euro just keeps plummeting. I just forgot to throw that in before. So, again, the dollar is the one that's running this. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has basically stayed in its trend. And the reason it stayed in its trend is because there has been no data in the last 3 days, or minimal data. I was up in front of my charts late for New York and saw the data come out, and like nothing happened. Like no pips moved. It was like a waste of time. It was pretty funny. So with this Aussie, we're just going to keep playing this game here, and I'd like to see it go back up to the 38.2 and give us our move to the downside. If it comes up to that 23.6, you're just going to have to be careful because, we got support at 77.34, and you're going to get in at 30. You're going to get in at 77.70. So you got like a 33 pip trade there. A 25 pip trade. So you're going to have to pay attention to that if you enter it at the 23.6. I prefer you to come back up to the 77 area and see what we can do there. So that's the plan on the Aussie. I'm going to just remain bearish like I have been probably all of the whole year is bearish in the Aussie. So we will continue that. And we'll see what happens with this G7 stuff coming out. And here's our Euro Aussie. You gotta love the Euro Aussie. It just does what it wants to do. And we've had a nice bearish trend. It's still in a bearish trend on a daily chart. It hasn't taken out anything. But however, if you take a look at yesterday in New York, it basically is now in the sideways nasty range. So I expect this to continue to the downside. If I got a bearish engulfing candle, you know what? I would take this short. I wouldn't worry about that support level too much. I don't think it's that strong. And we'll just take this down to 1.3974. I'd like to get in at about 1.4044. However, this pair is not a pair that I would take before the London Open. This pair, I will wait within 2 hours of the London Open before I would get it. I definitely would not enter this pair during Asia. Not with 3 dojis starting our Asia session day. Not a good thing, right? All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. Euro yen decided to give us a correction day yesterday. Gave us an up day yesterday. The euro yen, as we know, is bearish. It's bearish on the daily chart. So let this thing just pop up a notch, maybe here to the 61.8 fib at 134.00, and I expect this to bounce to the downside. And I think this trade is going to work out pretty well. We really don't have any interference till 133.40. So like that's like 100 pips. You know that's 45, 50 pips away. You know, so I think we're. I'm sorry, close to 60 pips away. I think we're fine. And we want to take this down to the 133.20 area, and we're just going to just soak it for all it's got. And, this can end up being a really 70 pip trade if we get in it at the right time. The entry is going to be the trick part, and the entry's not going to be as easy as I make it sound. The entry's going to be pretty tough. I mean, if you look at the last 8 candles, they're all indecision candles. Now, I understand end of New York, beginning of Asia. I understand that. But look at how you started the beginning of Asia with a doji. Then you have a bullish candle, and now we're on a doji candle. And nothing has happened since then, since I've taken this slide of this chart. So not much going on there. Except we're going to stay bearish. We're not going to fight the trend on this one. There's no counter trend up to this 200 EMA. If it goes up there, great. It's going without me. And we'll just wait and continue the trend. All right, here's a New Zealand dollar. And this is pretty interesting. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do. It's bounced off support. And we'd love to see this come back up to the 50% at 72.68. I don't know if it's going to make it that far up. It might stop at the 38.2, but there's really nothing left of the chart there. And then the 50% has some resistance there, which we want it, and to bounce from there and take it down. And the New Zealand dollar is good about that. The only thing with the New Zealand dollar is just remember it's a commodity pair. And there's very little data today unless a bunch of what I call wobbleheads. Somebody's going to get on a microphone and say something intelligent or non-intelligent. And it's going to move the market out of this G7 meeting, I would think. And, these commodity pairs, you got to be careful. The CAD, the New Zealand dollar, and the Aussie dollar. And that wraps up our 6 currency charts with trade plans. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this Hump Day, May 27th, 2015, on a beautiful trading day from Pattaya, Thailand. Traders, have a great trading day. Grab those pips. Remember, trade your plan and not somebody else's. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. And we'll see you tomorrow in the next day of your session. And of course, before let me know. Take care, traders. Now, bye-bye.